You're supposed to go on a St. Thomas with too calm. Them that brutality. Away my thing. You hate the little pretty little pig you take and drive? I said for God. Come on, man. We need to do better than this.
This is not what we want. It's not the Jamaica we're living for. It's not the Jamaica we're working for. We have to continue to fight this scourge of unfairness, wickedness, and see what we can do to keep the situation so we can make Jamaica a better place. St. Thomas in particular, and focusing now on the Portmore division to be a better division. We just cannot have such disregard for life.
On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Thursday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we're going in Jamaica. So watch your snow, my peeps, in the morning, yeah, we're going to kick it off with a story. So on September 29th, the trial is set for this criminal element that has been charged by the police with the gruesome fatality of his own uncle. Now, the criminal element presently on your screen claims he's mentally ill. Yeah, man. Now, this criminal element presently on your screen has since been identified as Samuel Peter John Waldo. Now, he has been accused of using a sharp instrument to take his uncle's life, then placing the lifeless body parts of his uncle in a taxi and transport his body parts to a different location. So the criminal element in question is said to be from the Brooks Level Road area in Stone Hill, and that's in the St. Andrew North Police Division. Now, investigators stated that he used a sharp instrument to dismember the body of his uncle, a 77-year-old man identified as Derek Lindsay, and then he burned the remains. That fatality took place at their Stone Hill home, where both men lived with other relatives. Now, we're going in, my peeps. After he murdered his uncle, him get bleach and other cleaning agents and clean up the whole place after him dismember him uncle. Then him pack the body parts in 2 suitcases, charter a taxi and bring it to another location. Walk go buy $500 worth of gas, pour it all over the body parts and burn it. Yeah, man. The police even captured and questioned the taxi operator, who was questioned by them, then released, because them figure out say him not really have nothing to do with it. Him just get a charter for drop a man with 2 suitcases at a location. Now this brother here, a police say him mentally challenged. Now mentally challenged man now go through all of that to get rid of the body. Chop up the man, dismember the body parts, dash it in a 2 suitcase, charter a taxi, carry it at a location, walk go buy gas, burn it, and then turn around and clean the whole house with bleach and other cleaning agents. That man was definitely sensible and well thinking at the time when he committed the offense. Even if him gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right now, when he committed the offense, he was very much sane. What you say about this, my peeps? Drop some comments. Yeah, man. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is in regards to that news clipping that was played just before the On The Spot News Media intro, where a 14-year-old child end up lose 3 points over there in the St. Thomas Police Division in a section known as Prospect. Now on your screen is Teyanna Sutherland, 14-year-old. She is from the United States of America. Well, not from, but that's where she now resides. And she was in Jamaica visiting her father, who is said to be a policeman attached to the Morant Bay police station. The child has now been in Jamaica less than a week. Now yesterday, it is said that she was brutally attacked, molested, allegedly penetrated by a 19-year-old criminal element said to be of unsound mind. It is said that after she was molested, he then used a machete to inflict several wounds all over her body. Upon the gruesome discovery of a member of Chan Public, the police were alerted. She was placed in a service vehicle, rushed to the closest hospital, but sadly, she was pronounced, you know what? Really, really sad, my peeps. On all levels, it is just pure sadness. Imagine the mother, how she feels wherever she is presently in America. Sent her daughter to spend time with her father, only to receive a news that she was not just brutally taken, but also molested before the act of her loss of life was carried out. And how does a father feel to know that he's a serving member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force attached to the Morant Bay Police Station, which also serves the community of Prospect, and whilst serving the regular members of Chan Public, he could not or was not able to protect his own child at the time when she met her demise. Really, really sad on all levels. And also for the community of Prospect, who is presently mourning the loss of life of a child in this brutal and horrific way. I would love to take this time out to say condolences to the bereaved families. But the criminal element who was responsible for her untimely demise has since been identified as Oshane Thompson, but them call him Jamie in our streets, 19 years old. He was fatally taken out by officers whilst responding to the child's loss of life. They found him in the area. It is said that he used the said machete to attack the officers, the said one that he used to inflict the wounds on the 14-year-old child. It is said that he approached the officers, launched an attack with the machete, and officers fired in his direction in a bid to save themselves from meeting the same demise like that of the child. And he was fatally taken out by the officers who responded. Kudos to the officers who took this criminal element from among us. It is said that he used that said machete to inflict some chops on a motor vehicle whilst it was passing close by him, just a little bit before what he did to the child. I'm not for sure if he's really mentally challenged, but word on the street is that he is. But this criminal element is definitely no more, and he will no longer inflict any harm on anyone else. It's just sad that he took the life of an innocent 14-year-old who did no harm to him before he met his demise. Really sad, my peeps. Jaja God. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is another police fatal knockings and clappings that took place over there in 12 Miles, Bull Bay. Now the criminal element who was on the receiving end of them fatal candy has since been identified as Jazade Christie. He was taken out in a hail of bullets by the police during what the police described as an armed confrontation. He was, however, assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital, not in a bid to save his life, but to have him officially pronounced you know what. The police stated that one Ruger 9mm pistol with serial number intact was seized from the person in question. It is said that Indicom is presently investigating that one. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Andrews South Police Division, where the police are investigating the fatal knockings and clappings of a man at his bar in Olympic Gardens on Tuesday night. Now the deceased man in question has since been identified as 50-year-old Anthony Morgan, said to be called Mutu in our streets, said to be of a Smith Lane address in the area. Now reports reaching on the Spot News media would suggest that sometime around 8 o'clock, Morgan was at his establishment when he was pounced upon by unknown assailants aboard a motor car. It is said that one criminal element stepped from the motor vehicle, walked inside his establishment and full him up a can, leaving him lifeless, then escaped in the waiting motor car. He was, however, assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital, but officially he was pronounced you know what upon arrival. The police stated that they have yet to establish a motive for his fatal knockings and clappings. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the St. Andrews Central Police Division along Ambrook Lane, right there so. And knockings and clappings go on around there. A brother who is said to be 42 years old, a taxi operator, end up get caught up round there by unknown assailants. The Half-a-Tree Police CIB is presently investigating that one. Yeah, man. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, another knockings and clappings took place over there in Betheltown in Claremont, Westmoreland, where it is said that a 41 years old man from Claremont District was conned up and seriously injured by unknown assailants. Detectives attached to the Savannah Lamar CIB is presently investigating that one. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, we have some criminal elements who have been deemed wanted by the police, for sure to know. Now we have 3 of them in this morning's report. And the first one is presently on your screen, and he has since been identified as Courtney Ashley, but them call him Ashley Orlando Williams, or them call him Bloodstain or Biggs in our streets. Now this criminal element here presently on your screen is most definitely wanted for fatal knockings and clappings and a slew of gun-related charges to include shootings. He frequents the general Spanish Town Road area and the Kingston 13 community. Now if seen, please alert the Doheny Park Police CIB with the information. Now the next criminal element is presently on your screen, and he has since been identified as Andre Brown, but them call him Biggs in our streets. Now this criminal element here is wanted for a slew of fatal knockings and clappings and shootings. He's from the General Fitzgerald Avenue area in the Kingston 13 area. Now the last criminal element that we're going to talk about has since been identified as Anthony Reynolds, but them call him Son in our streets. He's said to be wanted by the police for fatal knockings and clappings and a slew of firearm-related offences. He frequents the Marlborough Avenue area. He also frequents New Haven and the General Kingston 20 set of communities. Now, if you have seen this criminal element or any one of the others, please alert the Doheny Park Police CIB or the Hunts Bay Police CIB. And as always, my peeps, if you don't trust the police, link on the Spot News Media or any like-minded vlogger, give us the information and we will most definitely pass it on to the relevant authorities who can make effective change. Now we have a warning to you, members of the public, yard and abroad. The warning is against you becoming money mules amid fraud arrest. Now, the Financial Investigation Division, that's the FID, is warning Jamaicans yard and abroad not to allow their bank accounts or identities to be used to move monies on behalf of others. The warnings follows the arrest and charge of 3 individuals linked to a $96 million point-of-sale fraud scheme. At the center of the $96 million point-of-sale fraud scheme is the original 2K4 Company Limited. The operator of the company is said to be 25 years old. Jardine Hines, said to be of a Harborview address in St. Catherine. He was arrested and charged in May of this year. He was jointly charged with an unemployed woman from Clarendon identified as Levani Livermore, and also a customer service representative from Manchester identified as Maison Green. Investigators stated that the fraud was carried out between November and December of 2022. The scheme involved the manipulation of POS terminals set to offline mode, allowing Hines to bypass the bank's real-time authorization process. More than $90 million was processed this way. Livermore is accused of using her personal bank account to move the illicit funds and make payments to Hines. Green reportedly used her personal and business accounts to facilitate similar transactions. When Hines was arrested during a targeted operation on May 12, police seized 5 mobile phones along with $1.96 million in cash and 2 locked safes. Bail for the accused was set between $300,000 and $400,000. They are scheduled to appear in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court this month. Now, Principal Director of Financial Crimes Investigations at the FID, that's Keith Darian, is urging members of the public to be cautious when moving money on behalf of others as they risk serious criminal charges. So we're going to hear from the Principal Director himself as he weighs in. Now listen.
Too many persons, some knowingly, others out of ignorance or misplaced trust, are allowing themselves to become money mules for fraudsters. You may think you're just doing a favor, accepting a transfer or helping a friend with a transaction. But when the money is tied to a criminal conduct, you become a co-conspirator in a financial crime and you will be held accountable under the law. This isn't just about the masterminds. The law does not excuse ignorance and willful blindness. If you facilitate criminal property, you will be charged. Protect yourself. Protect your future. Don't be a money mule.
Well, them say who have ears to hear, let them hear. But anyway, my peeps, that is it for this morning. Remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in a subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.